I'm just gonna keep this brief. This is just a compilation of my old smear videos. They're kind of really old, and my mic sucked. I mean, it still sucks now, but it sucked back then. So, I mean, I just put it on there for you guys to have on YouTube. Hey, I think this thing's recording. If it's not, I'm gonna be very sad. Hi, knock me. Hi. I said before that I was going to draw some smears, or at least make a fucking tutorial for them. Uh, Today's the day. Today's that day. I'm gonna just draw 3 random smears, and while I'm doing it, I'm gonna talk about what the fuck is going through my head as I do this. Okay. First smear. This move is intended to be sort of an upward swing. You want to visualize the motion. So it's going like this. Yeah. So you start off, well, this is also, I'm using like a two-tone weapon. You start off first with the basic shape of it, which is something like this. You want to make sure it curves as well. You want to make sure the curve is beautiful. Beautiful. Then you want to start from, say, about there, is where I think is good. You do another curve, again another smooth curve, and it ends at a sharp point. Try to get it to be a point, then you can fill that in. If you're doing on different layers, remember to do this up here, so the smear is actually finished instead of it just being like a gap. So then you can fill up the smear like this. Then from here, you want to do some highlights, or at least the bright part of the smear, which I would do something like this. Actually, not one. I would do something like just this. To start it off as a smooth curve, and then end it up down there. It doesn't need to go the entire way. This is just, this is enough to convey that this weapon's made of 2 colors. Here. And you want to make a couple like breakpoints here, so it looks like it's actually fading. Like that. Yeah, that works. And you also want to make sure you get a perfect, not perfect, but like as smooth a curve as you can get. You don't want to smear with a curve that looks like this, because that's not good. That's not good. You want it to be a curve. Like even then, that wasn't that good. Like even this isn't the best. It takes a lot of redrawing, so I'll be spamming Control Z all the goddamn time. So from here, you want to patch up the shape a bit. Make sure the smear still curves well. And also I try not to go just below like where I consider the floor. I try not to do that, because it might be hidden by the actual in-game floor. Cool. Now, I do this a lot. I drew a bunch of like random dashes like this, starting off big, and then getting smaller, like this. As you can see, like that. I do this a lot now, and it's sort of a way to connect the actual smear to where you would consider the body. Sort of like this. If I make the background black a bit, you'll understand what I mean more. Yeah, like this. Actually, hold on. Green? No. This works. Okay, like this. This works. As you can see, it's sort of like connected to the base. And yeah, that's a good smear. And also, one thing I just randomly started doing now, whenever I do smears of this, add like reverse sort of smear colorings like this. This is just me messing around and trying to be more creative with my stuff. Like this. That's a pretty good smear. Okay, I'm gonna end this now because I don't want the videos to be like 100 megabyte. And I'll go into the second one and the other one. Okay, I'm back. You better have seen the first one. If you haven't, I'm gonna be very sad. Now, I'm gonna upload these in 3 separate videos so they aren't just like 100 megabytes each. Okay, this one is gonna curve around like this. And I'm gonna do it differently. I'm gonna do it sort of like the Niflheim fire type of shit. Okay. First of all, if the curve is really big, you can start by doing the inner part first, sometimes. Or you could just start doing the outer part. It depends on whatever you find easier. And another thing, the smear doesn't actually have to connect to the actual weapon itself. Like, even something like this is fine, but we'll work around it later. So the smear gets wider at the base, and of course thinner at the tail. And then I'm gonna do something like, at the end I'm gonna do something like this. Just a really short trail, but it has the same idea. Wider at the base, thinner at the end. And then over here, I'm gonna do something like this. You always want curves in your smears. Curves in your smears are beautiful. So right now, I have something like this. You might be like, there's a gigantic hole. That's true. But don't worry. Also, yeah, fix up the curve because it looks trash. Oh my days, I'm very sad. So, okay, I'm not gonna try and get the curve to be like perfect right now. Okay, yeah. Oh, I broke it. Something like, oh my days, it's awful. But like, you get the idea. You get the idea. This, wait, hold on. This works. This works. That's good. Okay, and then add up the tail. Now, like I said, it's gonna be sort of like a Niflheim fire type trail. So, you want to add a spike going in a straight line, and then connect it. You want to add another spike, then connect it. And okay, you want it to be closer, like another spike, connect it, another spike, connect it. Try to make the spikes like quite big. Another spike, connect it, and then you fill it in like this. And if you see anything that looks too straight, just add another line, and then just like do this here. Right, so you kind of have this spiky looking smear. Very cool. Now, I'm gonna do a thing. I'm gonna add another hole here. Right, and another hole here. Actually, I may as well make this sort of like Niflheim style. So then, on the top part here of the small smear, you can fill it in like that. And you can go to the actual sword layer and just color that in. So now you have this bright bit at the end and a bit of a dark part. Now you want to fill in the entire top of the smear, make it one solid color, following the spikes. And then, of course, dropping off at the end, making it go thinner. So now you have this, which is very cool. And also, hold on, let me just do this down here. Now, Niflheim smears are more interesting in that they use the same idea as like connecting the base to the actual middle, like connecting the actual smear to the base, but they use more blocky bits like this. Like they're a lot bigger. Like, yeah, like this. You can see a lot more. And also, you connect some of the white as well. Or in this case, or in not white in every case, but in this case, the secondary color, white. And you do a bunch of like, not zigzags, but just like random dashes everywhere. And you can fill it like this. Just checking this is recording. Yeah, if it wasn't, I'm gonna be it's not recording. Oh, it is. Okay, thank the fucking Lord. Okay, there. That is a Niflheim sort of style smear. If you wanted to fade this out, I'm just gonna do this real quick. If you wanted to fade it out, what I do is I don't just do like an entire process of just like fading the entire thing again. What I do, and I'm gonna hide this too, is I'm just gonna basically set the black just to invisible. Make the black invisible. Like this. I could use the replace color, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to do it manually. And then set the white to the black. And then you can fade out the black like on the next frame. So now you have this. And then you can begin to actually fade out the black itself. Hold on, onion skin on top. Yeah, like this. You can actually begin to fade out the black with some very quick like dashes, like this. And then some lines up at the top. And then you end it with just a bunch of dots. Yeah, I should probably show you how to fade smears out as well, instead of just how to, as well as how to make them. And just hold that last frame. So now you have this. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. And also, let me just fix a bit of an error here. Just get rid of this. That is the second smear that I'm going to show you how to do. I'm going to do one more. Alright, I'll upload it as the third video. Okay, I'm back with a third one, and this is going to be the last one. Now, the sword is facing the wrong way. Ignore this. Ignore this real quick. The sword is facing the wrong way. I will remedy it. I can also show you how to do something else. If I just do this, it's fine now. It's fine. I am a credible mod maker. Okay. Yeah. So, with this, we're going to make 1/3 smear. Now, again, visualize the motion. It's going like this, just with a random color, it's going like this. It's like a sweep, so it's going to hit low. This is a solid color, so you don't have to fuck around as much as you would for the others. And again, just a simple smear. Curve it like this. Up and around. Start off thin. I love smears that curve like this. They look so cool. Try and get these to be parallel. So if like the top of the smear is like this, don't make the bottom like this. Don't make it like this, because that looks weird. Like, that looks really weird. Now, when you're making a smear, try and make the top and the bottom parallel with each other, and then you can start to, like, put them together. Like that. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm trying to get this and this to be as parallel as I can, without just, using a ruler. Doesn't need to be perfect, like everything in spriting doesn't have to be perfect. But it has to be approximate. There we go. And then you just do this in here like this. My brother turned into a goddamn siren. I don't know what else to say. If that got picked up by the mic, I'm gonna be very sad. He's like 26, by the way. Okay, add a little bit of a dash over here. Here it doesn't erase because, well, that's the actual sword itself. Doesn't matter. You don't need to do much for this. You don't really need to do much for this. But I wish you have to fake this out. Like, if you wanted to. Like, we're gonna assume the character isn't moving. So what I would do is I would first start off making the smith thinner. Like this. But not like thinner like this. Sometimes I just do it like this. Other times I like to keep a bit of the bottom. So you get like this C shape. And then connect that together like that. This onion skin is goofy. Okay, now you have this. And you can also just add these back in here. And then back with a smear watch, I'm gonna add a little thing here. Like this. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. It's very cool. And then just a tail there. Okay. Now we add like some teleport dashing things. Make sure the motion is carried, like conveyed. So like that dot's gonna end up there. That's gonna end up there. That's gonna end up like here. Actually, no, that's gonna be like this. Okay. And then just like fade it in. You have the, what I do is I have my big smear, then I fade it into lines, and then I fade it into the dots. So this is the lines part, and then here's the dots part. And then you have this, which doesn't look as good because there's no motion for the actual character itself. But yeah, I'm also going to fade this one out as well, which I'm not going to do in this many steps. This is meant to be like a really brief one. So I'm just going to put a bunch of dashes up here, put a bunch of dashes up here, connecting like this,
turn these into dots. I got a bit messy there. Just like fade this. I don't need to add any of the other color. Like that's not necessary. And then it's just this. Really simple. And then if you want to, you can like double frame the last parts. Like the same frame appears twice, so it kind of like slows down. It appears slower. And that right there is the Funny Smear tutorial. I'm gonna send this file as well. I'm gonna save it real quick. Save it as thing. Anyway, yeah. I hope this helped. I bet I get to one up fucking Toby on this.
But my mic was so shit. I need a new one. Please give me a new one. Please give me money. Please give me money. I need money.